Hi everyone, welcome to another tarot deck flip through. So I was going through one of my shelves the other day and I stumbled across this deck which I'd completely forgotten I had. It's actually bought second hand. Let me just show you the book first of all. So it's the Dragon Tarot by Nigel Suckling, illustrated by Roger and Linda Garland. Now I quickly looked up Nigel Suckling because I just have no information really about this deck, and he's an author, an artist from Tunbridge Wells, which is near to where I lived when I lived in the UK. So yeah, it's interesting that I should stumble across this several years ago in an occult store in Nova Scotia. So I just flick through the book here. So interestingly, this one starts off with the spreads first and then goes through the cards. So we've got obviously the major arcana and then the minor arcana here. And I don't think there's anything up at the back of the book, but we'll have a look. It's literally, I've just pulled this down from the shelf just before I did this video. I've just sorted the deck. Yeah, Unicorn Garden. So yeah, I'm going to flip through it. It's an interesting deck to look at. The illustrations for the minor arcana are fairly straightforward. There we go, so let's have a flip through, and as we're doing that you'll get to see the back of the design here. So I've just got the deck in the order in which it appears in the book. So yeah, if anybody knows a bit more about the, quite what you term it, the author and the artist, the illustrators, then let me know in the comments section. I think it refers to Nigel Suckling as the author. Just move that over a little bit. Very shiny, very slippery. So yeah, the artwork's a lot more involved on the major arcana and the court cards. I suppose in some ways, yeah, very much like a really old tarot deck where the cards that aren't the major arcana or the court cards from the minor arcana tend to be fairly straightforward. And the same is true of this deck, as you'll see in a moment. There's little bits of things going on in the background, and I think all the aces have a fairly unique design to them, but we'll see as we go through. But yeah, it's unlike anything else I have, really. Just the actual feel of the deck. It's yeah, very shiny, very slippery. Sort of glossy surface, and the cards themselves feel quite thin. So there's that as well. So you can see as we go through these, there is some background on here that is slightly different, but it's all, you know, rocky outcrops and castles and landscapes. And then we get to the court cards. So I'm just going to move this so it doesn't affect the focus. It's one of those decks really where I just bought it and then pretty much forgot about it. I think I've even flipped through the whole deck. It's funny, these two things this deck makes me think about. One is it's Game of Thrones, and the other, and I always have this flashback whenever I sort tarot decks for the purpose of doing flip throughs, and that's the Roman numerals. It takes me back to when I was at, well, probably, I don't know if we learned it at primary or junior school, but I'm of an age where we were taught Roman numerals a lot until we mastered them. So that's hopefully that life skill stayed with me. It's quite possible I may have got some of these out of order. It's easy, of course, when we get to these, but it's always interesting when you're doing the major arcana. Fortunately, none of these Roman numerals go up very high. Move that in case that's affecting the focus. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting deck. It seems to be presenting well on camera. I was a bit worried about it because of the shininess, but it looks good. It looks like there is some commonality between the different suits for the non-court cards. And there we go. Hopefully that was an interesting deck to see. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next episode.